Picture this. It's 2020. You're finally getting around to playing the Metal Gear series all the way through. You're on Metal Gear Solid 2, which you played as a kid, but remember nothing of, because that was a long time ago. That and you suppressed all your childhood memories because of that incident with Uncle Barry. But it's been a pretty great experience so far. Excellent story, rock solid game mechanics. Unfortunately you're Raiden, which isn't great.
That is not Solid Snake!
And to make matters worse, Snake is in the game, waving his little tuchus at you and mocking you with his presence every time he calls you on the codec. Like, I know it's the point that you want to be Snake in the game, and that's part of the character development of Raiden, and that when he finally stops trying to be Snake and tries being himself, he ultimately is a lot better for it, but come on then, please just let us be Snake. Anyway, back on topic. You're having a great time, sneaking through levels, alerting guards because you're a bit of a dum-dum sometimes. You're keeping in touch with your boy Snake and watching cutscenes like every 10 to 15 minutes because this is a Metal Gear game. When all of a sudden, you're given the task of saving Otocon's sister, Emma. She's stuck and can't get out. No, not like that. She's stuck underwater and can't get out without your help because she can't swim. Okay, no worries. These games fucking love a cutscene. I'm sure we'll be in and out in like, and it's an escort mission. Why were these ever a thing in games? I have never met anyone who enjoys these missions, and why would you? Ah yes, finally, the mission where I get to walk around slowly, the mentally challenged, and make sure they're not hurt at any point. Even though 9 times out of 10, the person you're supposed to be escorting acts like a fucking lunatic, goes charging into enemies, and gets themselves killed. Like, come on, if they don't care about saving their own lives, why the hell should I care? But Metal Gear Solid 2 takes escort missions to a whole new fucking level. Because she can't swim, you have to escort her underwater. That's right, if we were in a sewer level in an Assassin's Creed game right now, this would be my own personal hell. And then, once you get her to the other side of the water, she got drugged up, so you have to hold her hand to make her move. And because of this, you now move at the pace of an arthritic turtle, which is as painful as it sounds, and it sounds like this. Then, ooh, icky bugs on the floor. Ooh, I hate bugs, Emma says, so you get out your fucking bomb disposal spray, which doubles as bug repellent, because obviously it does. Then you get to the next floor and there are so many enemies and obviously, she's still drugged, you silly little bitch. So you go through knocking them all out one by one, drag her to where you need her to be, and then finally, there's a cutscene and the torture is finally... Nope! Then we're escorting her across a bridge by taking out enemies and waiting for her on the other side. Am I being fucked with right now? I feel like I'm being fucked with. Snake even rings you up at one point and is like, I've got this kid. I wish you would, Snake. I agree, you're better at this. Why am I playing as Raiden? So then, she finally makes it to the other. Are you actually kidding me? Only Hideo Kojima could somehow manage to fit a boss fight during an escort mission. Well, there's only one thing for it, isn't there? Oh no, Emma got stabbed by Vamp and eventually bled out from the stabbing done by Vamp. Oh, damn that Vamp. What an evil bastard he is. I felt sad in this moment, as Otacon is a great character, and the emotion his voice actor portrays in this death scene genuinely hits home and makes me feel so bad that she died. However, the overriding feeling is that of relief, because I don't have to escort her anymore or move at a pace reminiscent of Stephen Hawking. And no, I'm not having a pop at his wheelchair, because I mean reminiscent of Stephen Hawking as he is now. Anyway, at least this ordeal is over. I'm sure Snakey won't have an escort mission too, right? Right? For a time, escort missions were just a bloody plague upon games. They would pop up fucking everywhere. Look at Bioshock for example, a wonderful game important to gaming history, taking the very concept of doing what you're told in linear games without asking why, and turning it into a clever story reveal. And yes, that's all very well and good, and yes, groundbreaking, well done Ken Levine. But why must you tarnish my experience with a poxy escort mission right at the end of the game? Seriously, the whole game you run around looting, shooting, throwing fire at people left and right, eating every confectionery product without hesitation, and hell, you even get to play a few rounds with your old man. Then you get told you're going to turn into a big daddy. You mean those big behemoths we've seen walking around fucking up my shit for the last 8 hours? So obviously, if you're anything like me, you're like, hell yeah, big daddy me up, lads. And if you said that, oh, you poor fool, you fell into the same trap as me. Because, now you've turned into a big daddy, you start thinking about what big daddies were actually in the game for and what they do, and you realise and remember what they spend most of their time doing, and that is looking after these little shits. In this escort mission, what we have to do is wait for the little sisters to extract blood whilst waves and waves of enemies attack. And that's annoying as fuck, don't get me wrong, but the worst part is that the little fucker has the cheek to get lippy about how fast you're going.
Hey Hurry, Mr. B. Hurry. Hurry, Mr. Bubbles. Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
Mr. B.
Yeah. Say
Mr. B.
again. I dare you. I double dare you, motherfucker. Say
Mr. B.
one more goddamn time.
Don't be a slowpoke, Mr. B.
And do you want to know the best part about this fucking escort mission? Due to where this mission is in the story, it has the added treat of making you use up a lot of your ammo and items defending the little sister right before the final boss of the game. Oh, Ken Levine, you crafty bitch. And then Bioshock 2 comes out, and Bioshock 2 catches you in the street and goes, hey, do you remember that mission where you're a big daddy? And you say, I'd rather fucking not remember it, Bioshock 2. Why'd you ask? And Bioshock 2 looks away, sort of shiftily, and goes, no reason. Why aren't you looking at me, Bioshock 2? What have you done? Well, I thought it'd be fun, but hear me out, to make you play as a big daddy for the entire fucking game this time, right? You could escort the little sisters to extract blood every time you want to get at them, as opposed to just harvesting them or saving them straight away. How fun does that sound? Oh, Bioshock 2. This is why we all pretend you don't exist. It's not like I don't get the point of escort missions. It's to make you feel more vulnerable due to having this non-combatant with you that you have to take care of now, as well as yourself. This can add tension and a sense of challenge to things as well, and it can potentially change up the gameplay quite a lot. And the gameplay at this point in the game when they add this mission could feel quite stale to the player. But, and it's a butt covered in fucking dingleberries, it's still fucking terrible. No one wants the responsibility of looking after this dopey fuck. Christ, I can barely clean up after myself, let alone be responsible for anyone else's safety. For example, I've had a mug at work that's had mould in it for so long that the mould has now become sentient and refers to itself as Albert. And you know what? Even Albert agrees escort missions are the fucking worst. All I'm saying is, there are better ways of providing challenge and gameplay variation than this. Wait, no, not that. No, not that. Anything but that. That's right. The escort mission's slow cousin. The tailing mission. Tailing missions are like escort missions, right? But inverted. So instead of walking slowly behind some dopey fuck trying to keep them safe, you instead walk slowly behind some dopey fuck trying to eavesdrop on them or waiting for the perfect time to kill them. Who looked at this and thought, yes, this is exactly what our game needs. Let's put in a section where the pace drops out of the game, like a prolapsed anus. And I know I ragged on this series in the stealth game video, but goddammit Assassin's Creed, if you keep misbehaving, I will keep on getting the belt out. Black Flag, the one that everyone agrees is good, apparently.
Edward, the pirate.
Ah, yar, matey.
Has a tailing mission about, what, an hour into the game? 1 fucking hour, if that. I think I'm being generous with that number. They're not trying to change up the gameplay like 1 hour in. They are literally just trying to waste your time and stretch out this fucking game for as many hours as they can do. And look, Ars Creed may be the worst offender for the escort mission in more modern days, but it isn't the originator for this shit. You know who is? GTA. GTA, of all games. The game series most well known for player freedom basically invented the game mechanic that is the antithesis of freedom in games. All you had to do was follow the damn train, CJ. I fucking know, Big Smoke, you son of a bitch. And you know what? I think that's the main reason I hate these types of missions so much. It's because it limits player freedom and player expression. In my stealth games video, I talk about why I love the genre so much. And it's because usually in a stealth game, you can go about tackling any situation in whatever way you choose. And that fits the medium of video game so perfectly. A tailing mission where I have to stay exactly where the game wants me to be and not deviate from that exact distance the game wants me to be at. It's just crap. That's not what a video game was made for. Look, a game is the only medium where you get to directly control the actions of the main character. But these types of missions rip that control away, chastising you the entire time, saying things like, oh, you're too far away, you can't see them. Whoa, you're way too fucking close. Step the fuck back, bitch. What, are you fucking love of me? Fucking back off, creep. It's this rigid structure and hand-holding to these missions that infuriate me so much. Damn it, if I'm too close to the target, the game should react to that organically and change the mission so that maybe the guy runs away or something, rather than the classic mission failed. Because if you're gonna take your ball and go home every time a player makes a choice outside of the exact choice you wanted them to make every single time they mess up, or even slightly go outside of what you wanted, just make it a cutscene, because this replaying of the same mission over and over again is about as fun as Uncle Perry's van. Escort missions issues are slightly different, I think. It's more the annoyance of how fucking brain dead the AI is for the people you're escorting that gets in the way. Or maybe as simple as you're enjoying the game as it was, and then you have to completely change the way you play to accommodate the dead weight you're now having to look after. But there is an upside to all this. I can't actually remember the last game to have an escort mission in it, so I think game designers have finally caught on to the fact that no one enjoys this fucking mission design. Even Arse Creed hasn't got daily missions in it anymore, and that's what the whole fucking series is based around. God knows what they replaced that mechanic with. I'm not playing that fucking shit to find out. And as much as I'm happy that these kind of missions are mainly dead now and not seen very much in games anymore, I am glad that they existed, and I will happily say that. When this style of mission was created, it was for a purpose, and that purpose was met. And you know what? Even escort missions can be done well. I mean, damn, Resident Evil 4 makes the whole game basically an escort mission, and most agree it's one of the most influential games of all time. Having said that, it's only a good escort mission because you can tell Ashley's getting the fucking bin where she belongs. Video game developers should be allowed to create these types of missions because you know what? As we go along down the line, eventually they could create a great mechanic out of this, and I really hope that does one day happen because, you know, video games are great. And I think that's basically the point I'm getting at here. I hope the bad stuff in video games turns out to make great stuff. And no one fucking likes escort missions and tailing missions. That's the point of the video. No one likes escort missions and tailing missions. Assassin's Creed is still shit. Anyway, that's it. Go watch some fucking decent YouTube now.